Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. Today we will be running 6.2.6. It's a very easy pad, but the main attraction of all of this pad is going to be the champion fight. So before we go into it, let's plan out the champion fight. As you see on the infographic, champion goes through 4 different phases. The first 100 to 70% is called the pre-show. And this is a very simple basic one. You can parry him, you just need to be careful about unstoppables. So there's a way to counter that, we'll get into that. And then the second phase is called opening bout. That is between 70 to 40% of his HP. You're still able to parry him, but be careful of his light attacks because he is unblockable. So you only parry him when he charges in from afar. And also he gets really aggressive, so sometimes you don't have a special one, you can just go in and intercept him. He can be easily intercepted. Otherwise, just make sure that you keep him above 1 bar of power, and he will frequently throw his L1s, so you can easily just hit him. And if you're using Doom, or if you're using somebody who does a slow, you can easily land those on him. And then the third phase is called the main event. That is between 40 to 10% health. Now in this phase he is more aggressive, so it's more easier to intercept him. But the thing you need to care about is that you cannot parry him at all, because he instantly shrug offs parry. And if you're using a mystic champion that does a stagger or a nullify, you get 10% of the damage from every stagger and nullify. So you need to get through this phase as soon as possible. Also, all of his medium attacks when he charges in are unblockable, so basically you can't wait for him to come into you. You always have to keep him above bar power, so he uses his special one, and then you can just go in and hit him. And the final one, that is the most hideous phase, is called the dark match. Now in this phase, this is the last 10%, he gets 5 indestructible charges. So every time he uses a special, you have to use your dexterity mastery to avoid the special. Every time you do that, one of the destructible charges goes away and you get 1 prowess buff. So like that you have to do 5 times, and then you can kill him off. So we will get into more detail into this fight when we get there. So one of the best champions to take him down is Dr. Doom. Any champion basically with the stagger or with a nullify buff can take him down. So Spiderman stealth suit, Doom, She-Hulk, Hood, Sorcerer Supreme, all of these champions mentioned here, they can solo him. But still, if you're not able to solo and you're still stuck at the 10%, some good high block proficiency champs that are there, you can use Captain America Infinity War, you can use Red Guardian, Thing is also a good one, and also a Morning Star with 4 charges works as well, because she takes 0 damage and does perfect block. So keeping that in mind, let's get into the first fight. The first fight is against Stark Spidey. So if you have a Corvus, this is the best place to get 2 charges out of him, because they will really come in handy in the upcoming fights. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button, leave a like, share a comment down below. All of that really helps me out a lot. I hope that today is the day I earn your sub and you really find my videos and my tips and guides really helpful. Also, I have tips of guide for 6.1 and also 5.3 and 5.4 on my channel. Make sure to check them out, guys. And yes, getting back to the video, most of the global buffs and all the nodes on the different defenders you're gonna face are very simple. That's why I've put on the alternative champs that these are simple basic nodes. You can use any champs you like. For your mastery, it's up to you. I like using suicide masteries because I think with their increased damage plus 60%, and I'm gonna use Dr. Doom with all my champions knocked out, so that would be a plus 100% damage than usual. So that will really help me against the champions fight, but it's entirely your choice. I just feel with not having suicide masteries, the fights are longer and they drag on for no reason. Again, second fight is against a Hyperion. Make sure you have at least 1 power control champion. You can bring on anyone. I just happen to have a Doom who I am gonna save for the champion, but then he has power control, so I'm gonna use him for this fight real quick, and then we can come back to him later. Next up is going to be Iceman. Again, simple fight, nothing too fancy about it. This is another place you can get your third Corvus charge if you're running a Corvus Glaive. Otherwise, make sure to bring a Cold Snap champion because her Cold Snap damage is really much. I had two champions, Warlock and Corvus Glaive, but because I need the charges for later on, I will keep using Corvus. Again, feel free to use any champions you like. It's a pretty simple fights, just basic ones, as all of these are building up to the champion. So every single defender you take down in this path is going to reduce the number of external nodes on the champion, so it makes the champion fight easier. So everybody you kill off, there is an outgoing node from him that you take out from the champion and making it easier. Then the next fight is going to be Blade. Now Blade is also, he will just have a one node on him that is going to be defensive. So what he's going to do is going to just stand in a corner and block and heal up. He can get a bit annoying, but just again, I'm just using Corvus and going through all of them. So I'm just building to an L2 and then boom, I use my L2 and he dies really quick. After 25%, so you need to be on top of your A game. I like to usually do a backdraft into medium hits. That always is the easiest way to deal with that. So yep. And one more thing, if you're running suicides, make sure that you bring immune champion. Otherwise, the suicide masteries with voids degeneration with all of those debuffs, it will kill you really really quick, and you will be at zero health before you know it. So if you're running suicides, bring a boss is going to be a Corvus Glaive with a tank buster node on him, so don't block him much, just try to hit him in his block, because if you block him, he will hit you, and he has an ability that crits you during a block as well. Coupled with the tank buster node, he will give you a lot of damage and might bring you down faster. So the easiest way to deal with this node is a Corvus himself, or any high damaging champion. You can use a Ghost as well, or anybody. He's just a warm-up fight before the main boss, so that's where our attention would be. So yeah, see you there. And finally, now we have the boss fight against the champion. You will notice that I have a quake that is up, so what I will try to do, I will just go in the fight and I will quit the fight so I can kill her off. So with 3 champions down, my Doctor Doom gets 30% extra damage, so I'm gonna use that for my advantage. With the suicides, that's plus 90 damage, that will help really against the champion. So I'm off to a bad start already. Usually what you do, you parry him, you give him 2 hits, and then you parry again. And you do that rotation until his first unstoppable charge goes away. And then all you need to do is to hit into him. And when he has a shock debuff, you build a heavy from Doctor Doom. And because he gives a stun, so that's a confirmed heavy. And that puts a stagger effect on the champion and nullifies also one buff at a time. So the whole idea is to just keep doing that, rinsing and repeating, killing him off. You just need to be careful about the different phases. Right now he is on his beginning phase from 100 to 70%. So in that phase it's not tough or anything. What you're trying to do is to just nullify him and stagger him and take away all of his charges, so he is less of a pain in the upcoming phases. So the second phase is called opening bout. This is going to be from 70 to 40%. So once he gets there, you will see a purple icon on his health bar, just below his health bar. That is going to be an indicator that he is in the second phase now, just there. All of these phases are there because he is equipped with the power stone. So yeah, that this makes this champion fight really really amazing and like really challenging. On the second phase, his light attacks are unblockable, so do not go in and try to parry his light attacks. You can still parry his medium attacks. So what I'm trying to do, as he's very aggressive, I'm just pushing him to a bar of power and just baiting his L1 out. As you will see right here, bait his L1 out. I will go back in and rinse and repeat the same. Now because of the stagger effect, he won't be going into unstoppable or will not have any furies. So all of that works to our advantage. You will notice also that I'm keeping my L3, I'm not using it. I'm keeping it for the third phase, that is going to be main event, because in that phase I cannot parry him. So I have to be always keeping him above one ball of power, because as soon as he goes above one bar of power, he will use his L1, and that is my chance to use a heavy and stagger him. So if he is not on above one bar of power, I can always use an L3 to push him above. Now, as you see right here, I just used an L3 as soon as I got into the main event phase, that is 40 to 10% health. That really helps you kill him very fast. You really need to think about killing him off down to 10% really quick in this phase, because this phase, if you don't do it properly, can be annoying. You see there's an orange icon that signifies that this is in third phase in the main event, and I'm just keeping above one bar of power, and again there's a slap and he goes stagger. So whenever he starts using his L1, just go back one step and then you can charge your heavy. That always lands on him. Again, I'm going right there and one slap, and I'm going to use an L3 and I'm going to be pushing him down to 10%. Now this one is called Dark Match. He gets 5 indestructible charges and you have to dex away while he's using a special. Now usually I can do it pretty easily, but then again it's good that I messed up here, because I can show you other options that you can use once you bring him down to 10%, because most people have problems with him when he's down to 10%. Right there, I think I just die here trying to evade this one. So I get one dexterity, one prowess charge, and after that I just die. Yeah. So now for the last 10%, you have quite a few options. You can use a lot of high block proficiency champions. I have Thing at rank 5, so I'm going to use him. If I had Captain America Infinity War, I would have used him. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to parry and build my rock shield charges, and also I'm trying to push him to L1. So whenever he uses to L1, I can just swipe back. So right there, I got one. With Thing, it becomes easy because he gets unstoppable, and once he gets unstoppable, you can just swipe back even if the champion is hitting you. So you will see here again, I'm just gonna go into a corner and I'm gonna hit him, give him an L1, and all I need to do is to swipe back. There you go. I took off 2 charges more, and then one more special one I'm gonna bait out, and the same is going to happen. That's 1 and that's 2, and now I can just hit him and he will die. So I use the special right away and he comes down. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video and you found it helpful. If you did, guys, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the video. Come to my channel, I have different videos to help the community. And other than, guys, have a great day and I'll see you next time.